Welcome back to your writing. Today, our lesson is going to be about looking at source text to find facts and details. So when we write an opinion essay, we want to demonstrate to our readers we have strong reasons for our opinion. That's why we use evidence or details from the source text. Today I'm going to show you how I find examples and details in a source text. So if you are looking at your packet, we have a mentor source text, and we also have a mentor opinion essay. So the source text is basically what I am giving my opinion on, and that would be a classic story of a courageous collie. So when I was looking for reasons to my opinion, which is that I don't recommend it to other readers, I began by carefully rereading it and thinking about how it made me feel. As I read, I made a chart to take notes. I jotted down words, phrases, and sentences that had the greatest effect on me. Then, in my own words, I wrote reasons to show how they supported my opinion. So this is the 2-column notes that I use to take my notes. So on one side I have reason for my opinion. So these are my reasons. And then I gave examples and details for why I had that reason. So let's look at the first one. The first reason was that it was old-fashioned. It had old-fashioned writing and pacing. So some details and examples that I found to go with that is that it had slow pacing. Some of the sentences detract from the action. And then I actually pulled a sentence from the source text, which right here it says, "The dog's burden was thus made infinitely lighter than if she had struggled or had lain in a postureless way or easy for towing." My second reason is that it has outdated word choices. Some details and examples that they have old-fashioned and complex words that are not unknown to young readers. And then I gave another example sentence, including some of these old-fashioned words. And then lastly, the ineffective point of view. I didn't like how it was in third person. I would have rather it been in first person. So when you guys get to doing your own opinion essays, you will have your own 2-column notes that you're going to create to either support your opinion that you recommend the reader or you don't recommend the reader. We're not doing it today. Today we are just looking at it. And you would set it up to look exactly like this. But like I said, we are not doing that today. What you are doing today, and let me put the directions. It is on your note-taking sheet, so your video notes. Okay, just delete this. Okay. I want you, and this is number 2 on your video notes, so it'll look like, oops, if it will let me. Put it right here. Okay, on number 2 of your video notes, it is asking, what is an opinion you had on a book that you've read during independent reading time? Give reasons for your opinion. Okay, so here's what I am looking for. I am looking for an opinion. So this is any book that you read during independent time, and probably the best thing to do is to use a book that you are reading currently, because you need to give at least 2 details, which can be, what's going on here? You need to give at least 2 details. So if we look on here, it's going to look like this. So you're going to have an opinion, and you can give 2 details, or you can give a detail and an example. So you can pull a sentence from the text that supports your opinion. So again, you need to give at least 2 details or 1 detail and 1 example. So that's what you guys are doing today. Make sure that you are filling out your video notes, and it should be filled all the way up to day 4 by the end of today.